Hi guys, this is Max from HighOnHenry.com, where we get. Today I want to talk about my experiences coming to Korea. I'm on my third day quarantine at a government designated hotel for 14-day quarantine. And I'll be out in the next 9 days. This is a mandatory quarantine for anybody coming to South Korea from other countries. Now in this video, I'm not going to get political. You can vote for whoever you want. I don't like politicians, but in this video, I just want to show you what we're doing wrong as Americans as whole to prevent COVID-19 and why we have almost 7.4 million cases and over 200,000 deaths. Now, compared to that, Korea has about total so far 24,000 cases and 420 deaths. And me coming here and going through this quarantine process made me realize something is wrong with America. So let me go ahead and tell you, about a month back, my friend who was working in Indonesia for almost a year came back from Indonesia to America. I picked him up at San Francisco airport. He did not need any documents to re-enter. He's a US citizen. They didn't do any kind of temperature checks on him. He literally flew from Indonesia to San Francisco. He just got out of the airport just as it was before COVID-19. Now, does that sound like we're doing anything? All of the airports are run by TSA and the federal government. Right? The state has nothing to do with what goes on at the airports, inside the airports, all the screening process. Now it dawns to me to think that they would do some kind of temperature check, and if people are over a certain temperature, we either deny entry to the America or maybe we have to quarantine them. But right now, or in the last 6 months, ever since COVID-19 has started, we have done nothing to prevent this disease from coming into our country. We did ban certain countries from entering, but everybody else from other countries could enter. And this is one of the main reasons why the cases are up, because we never prevented it coming into the US. All right, that's the first part. So when I came to Korea, you will have 14-day mandatory quarantine for foreign travelers, for short-term travelers, and if you're a Korean citizen, then you can also do 14-day quarantine at the comfort of your own house. They do give you a tracking app. It's just a real simple tracking app that tracks where you're at, and you have to check in. I have to check in later and put my temperature and tell them if I have a cough, if I have a fever, and just simply submit twice a day. And this has proven to work. Korea has one of the lowest cases of COVID-19 and death in the world. And it made me realize while being in quarantine that the system works. Another thing they're doing is that they're also requiring people to check in using QR code at restaurants, bars, or any places there's a lot of people. Are we doing any kind of tracking in America? No. Well, in fact, in America, we just simply shut down all restaurants, all bars. That has proven to work, but it's taken us a long time. San Francisco, after 6 months of shutdown of all indoor restaurants, recently opened, right, with 25% capacity. In contrast, in Korea, businesses have never shut down completely. Government has shut down certain businesses where there's a lot of people gathering, such as clubs, bars, but they've never actually shut down the whole country. And their economy never were impacted greatly so much compared to America. So I think as Americans, we need to do something about it. Even now, it's not too late. We need to implement some procedures where we quarantine people who have high fever, or at least do a short-term quarantine of people entering into the US. It's ridiculous for people to think that this cases numbers are going to go down, the death numbers are going to go down. The federal government has done nothing, basically, to stop COVID-19 from entering America. I saw many businesses going out of business, many restaurants, many retail businesses. I think actually most retail businesses are losing money. Even if the COVID-19 goes away, they're never going to be the same the way it was. It's going to take months to recover from this. Now, another thing Korea is doing is making the actual person who's traveling here and quarantining to pay for the hotel rooms. So it doesn't cost the government extra money to quarantine foreigners who are entering Korea. And that also allows the hotels to basically house these travelers, and that helps the hotel stay afloat also. So it's a win-win situation for the government, for the hotel, and for the traveler. If you do have COVID-19 and you enter Korea, then you're going to be in quarantine. At least you're not going to spread it to everybody. But that's probably what caused America to have the highest cases in the world, because we did not have any kind of testing of temperature. We didn't quarantine anybody. Even now, any US citizen can re-enter America with no tests, no quarantine. And if they did bring back COVID-19, that means their whole family is going to get COVID-19, their family and friends that they meet. So this is something we could have prevented by using our brain. One thing I don't understand is America has one of the most strict immigration policies. If you don't have a visa, if you're not a green card holder, if you don't have a student visa, you cannot enter America. In contrast, right now, and in the last 6 months, if you're an American citizen, if you have COVID-19, you can enter America, whether you have a high fever. It's mind-boggling to think that we are going to control this COVID-19 when we absolutely did nothing, especially at the federal level. Now, masks and social distancing has helped us lower the rates, but we still have cases, and we're never going to stop these cases from going down completely to zero unless we prevent the virus from coming in. In Korea, there's 5 to 10 cases per day. 50% of them is from inside Korea, and the other 50% is from foreigners entering Korea. All right, so I think a very large percentage of COVID-19 spread, it happens when somebody travels from another country to America. And the fact that we're not doing anything about it, it is pretty sad that we didn't do enough to prevent this disease from spreading. Anyway, I just want to tell you that's what's really going on. The federal government, the TSA in America, we're not doing enough to prevent this disease. We're not using enough technology to track people who do spread the virus and contain them. Yeah, maybe some people are concerned with privacy and freedom of speech, but we have the biggest pandemic. If we didn't do this, and look what happened, 200,000 people died, 200,000 Americans died, and we still have not got it under control. Like I said, I'm not going to get political here. I don't care who's the president, but what we do now is very important, and we need to do something to prevent this disease from coming in and to prevent this disease from spreading to other people. Anyway, I want to share you guys, not numbers, real experiences of traveling to another country such as Korea and experiencing that they're really serious about this disease from the moment you step out of the airport. And it's clear to me that America as a whole, we did not take this disease seriously. And like I said, it's not still too late. Something must be done. Have a great day. And as always, stay on Android.